to have the opportunity to give the families words of peace. And it's a pleasure to share with you our stories of this extraordinary man. But it's daunting to do justice to a life that spanned 84 years. Do I know enough about Papa's entire life? Probably not. I can't tell you what he was like as a young man working as chief signaller at NBT. I don't know what life was like for him when he was growing up without the comfort of his mother and father, with only his brother Pedro Carmen and sister Crescencia to raise him. I only know little about his courtship of Nana and their wedding, as well as the details of this joyful family life with his 3 beautiful young daughters, Regina, Judith, and Atracta, along with their husbands, Rocky, Joaquim, and Araujo. But we have the greatest luck to be his grandchildren. And we can tell you what it was like to know Luis Mariano Faria as our grandfather. When I first attempted to pen down my thoughts about my grandfather, it seemed impossible. He was the accurate definition of a hero among our lives. So summarizing his life in a few words seemed like a fruitless effort. While I still believe this, I'm going to do my best to do him justice and enlighten you on what an amazing man he was. They say sorrow comes in great waves, but it rolls over us, and though it may almost smother us, it passes and we remain. For those of you who knew my grandfather, you'd know what a humble man he was. He never wanted to be the center of attention. In fact, at this very moment, I'm positive that he wouldn't want us to focus on the sadness of his death, but instead focus on the happiness of our lives and truly believe that he's in a better place. Luis Mariano Estanciao Faria, or LMF as he would address himself jokingly around us, was and probably is going to be one of the most few kind-hearted people you're ever going to come across in your life. I'm not just saying this for emotional reference, but I can't think of one negative thing in relation to him. I remember when we were kids, there would always be someone sitting on the steps of the veranda in a state of desperation. There, alongside them, would be my grandfather, comforting them with the best advice that anyone could possibly offer. He could never say no. He believed that it's our duty as individuals to assist one another because at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters, children of God. He was selfless, incredibly understanding, and I can definitely say loved to talk. As I think back to summer 15, with the 6 of us kids, along with Papa, around our dining table, we had the most memorable conversation ever. That's the thing with him. He always had something to say, forever willing to engage in conversation. Yes, once in a while that would exasperate Nana, but she won't deny that it was one of the many things she loved about him. Whether if it was about how our generation's taste in music is odd, how his life was in the past, or about how he was a total star when it came to ballroom dancing, the 6 of us would never get tired of his endless stories. They would always put a smile on our faces. And all I can say from all of us is that our conversations with our dear Papa will forever be treasured and truly missed because he was a master historian and had the capability of remembering the minute incidents he had in his life. I also praise God for bestowing him with so much wisdom. Papa was an inspiring person, but I can definitely tell you that Nana got out the best in him. She has been so strong through it all, prepping every detail to perfection. If there's anyone that needs to be awarded for their dedication and perseverance, it goes out to my beautiful grandmother. Dear Nana, you're a role model to us all, so never give up hope, because it's not the end of the road. Choosing to make the right decisions in life are often difficult. With all the temptations the world has to offer, our free will is often misguided to making the wrong calls. Our knowledge and faith in the Lord Almighty are major factors that influence our ability to live a positive and healthy, pure life. One of Papa's few requests to all of us was to always put God first before anything in our lives. He was like our spiritual counselor, and over the years, we've come to know so much, and I can definitely say that it was the secret to his life. In conclusion, Papa will be missed dearly. I hope that someday I become half the person he was. People like my Papa are one in a million. Anyone who was around Papa knew of his generosity, morals, work ethics, humility, and selflessness. On behalf of our family, we thank you all for coming here today to pay our last respects to Papa. A special thank you to my Auntie Regina and Uncle Rocky for always being there for Nana and Papa when we couldn't. You've worked tirelessly with no complaints to make sure he had a smile on his face through it. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the priests and nuns who have gathered here today, especially Father Alex, Father Justin, Father Dennis, Father Lino, Father Willie, and Father Nathan for their lovely prayers. Our gratitude to the family, especially the nephews of Papa, nieces, sister-in-law, our dear neighbors who have always reached out to my grandparents. I would also like to thank our relatives and well-wishers who have taken the time to be here. Thank you for loving Papa. To our beloved grandfather, we have just one thing to say. Papa, it will be a while, but we will come back and see you. We know this at the very moment you're waltzing around the dance floors of heaven, trying to enjoy the peace and quiet while you can, because when we're all up there with you, well, you know how loud it can get. And you will surely be missed, but always remembered. You will live on in every tight hug, every warm smile, every genuine greeting we will all share. For death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory